Good evening. Hello, Jared. Day's been good. Thank goodness it's Friday, though. Right.
Yeah. I'm ready for it to be Friday
Yes.
evening.
Love the music.
It's wonderful.
Are we rewatching? Are we rewatching this?
I don't think so. I think there's a part of a level there.
Yeah.
So it's just resuming at the beginning of it.
All right.
So it tossed us out along with
The Arbiter.
the Arbiter, and we each went to different places because neither of us
would fight on. If we'd gone to the place the Arbiter had been, we wouldn't have fought, and he wouldn't have fought if he got put back here.
They don't have shield generators, but take them out
before they activate them. That's a nice detail, honestly. You know, they're in their home. They're not going to have their shields up.
They're also brutes.
Protect the hierarchs. Seal the exits.
Oh, I don't think so.
Where'd the music go? All the discount Chewbacca's. See, this is what happens when you forcibly take other people's armors. You don't know how to operate it, and you don't get shields.
And they probably stink too.
Yeah. Even if they could activate shields, who knows if they would work, because the elites don't have fur.
Yeah.
So this coup was not well thought out. Hey Pseudo, good to see you. Her head looks way too big.
Yeah. Looks a bit weird.
Let me get these doors. Go. It'll be easier to track truth if I stay in the
Sure. It is pretty crazy how blindly we trust her.
right this way.
There's the music. Alright.
Watch out for the capture. He's got a brute shot. Truth is moving through the lower levels of the tower. I'll reverse this grav lift. Drop down, try to cut him off. It's safe, really. Just
This is-
step in.
Look at how much different it looks.
Oh, jeez. That's huge.
Yeah.
Looks like something out of Destiny. I wouldn't lie.
Well, the remaster didn't happen by Bungie.
It didn't?
Nope.
I thought that didn't it happen only like 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was only a few years ago, but they sold it in 2010.
Lay the demon on sight.
Maybe it was 2012.
Well, yeah, but it's 2021. That's well over 5 years ago.
What do you mean? Like,
Are you saying the remaster came out in 2012?
in 2015.
Okay.
But the 343 remastered it, not Bungie.
Okay. Getting in a fist fight with a brute. Gracious sakes.
I don't like his attitude.
Wait a minute. I'm reading marine IFF transponders. The signals are originating somewhere below your position.
Pew pew. There's one just off to your side there, yeah. So did the prophets replace the elites just because of the arbiter's mistakes, or had it been building for a while?
It might have been building for a while,
There's another lift in the next
because I mean the arbiter had his mistake on the Halo ring, right?
Yeah.
So like it's been building at least since Halo 1.
Right, but like I'm wondering if they are, you know, like the kind of thing where it's you're judging an entire race by one person, or if they've been having issues.
I mean,
with
that's a
them in the
very
past.
human thing to happen, right?
Yeah. They just wanted to change, kind of mix it up a little, you know. Might as well just replace an entire nation.
That's, yeah. There we go.
It's red. I like it. You're just tiny shoes.
Well, sucks to suck.
Here, jump in.
Well, that was odd.
That was dumb.
Wee, beautiful.
There are 2 groups of Marines in this detention block. I'll zero their locations. You neutralize the guards. Quietly.
I can only imagine how many people have fallen off the deck. Pseudo says the heretics who broke off were led by elites too, right? Yes.
Yes, yep. That makes sense too.
And that probably happened about the same time.
Yeah.
So they just broke the camel's back with that. The only reason that it happened is because he was doing his job and then got more information than the prophets wanted him to get.
Right.
Whee! Tag, you're it. Tag, you're it. No, I'm not. You're it.
I wonder what level I'm actually supposed to be on. Mid?
Come to the lower level.
Checkpoint.
Marines are just inside. Careful of the guards.
It's quite the gun. In the butt. He bounces. Hello, boys.
Imagine getting sliced
Hmm.
because of while you're asleep, just because you're sleeping. Oh no!
Listen up,
Hmm.
Marines. The chief's hunting a prophet. And
They allow
kill it.
suicide.
Oh.
One more group of
Hello,
Marines to go.
Sethwind.
Okay, checkpoint done. Let's see what
He's in.
happens.
But yeah.
No, it doesn't allow me. But
It's like the sky ones, which mahoozits.
oh yeah, the sky cages.
Yeah.
What movie or show? Oh, it was.
That was
Pirates.
No. Well, maybe in there too, but one of them
Come
was
to the middle level, Chief.
oh, what is it?
More guards. Get ready.
Crap, season 8 crashed and burned. I don't want it.
Oh yeah. Game of Thrones.
That's it. You hear him stinking furballs.
That's all of the Marines, Chief. Good work. Get out of here the same way we came in. The central grav lift.
Central Craft. Oh, right, okay. This was a side mission. That's not really a side mission.
Basically, yeah.
There you are.
Hostile reinforcements coming down the lift.
Nice. Holy crap. A brute. We've got a lot of different ethnicity in there. What's this look like in the old one?
It's alright.
Fear not, my brothers, the sacred icon is secure. It was Tartarus and his brutes who took the icon from the flood. For that they have our thanks.
Excellent. Truth is broadcasting on the move. It'll make it quick to track.
I'm gonna try something in a second.
So they glorify the brutes and then send in the elites.
Did
And the swords look really different too.
I'm gonna try something that I have never tried before.
Oh, okay.
There's a thing that speedrunners do that
Can he do it?
they do this.
Hello, Olo. Good to see you. I just shot you in the face. It's no biggie, mate. Just get up.
Okay, so switch, reload. Oh,
Oh. Could you clip that for me, Jared?
oh, okay. Wait. Oops.
Olo says, I've been in space myself, but fighting Zerg instead of Covenant. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Okay, so if I do this,
Nice. And does that only work in the old one?
I have to do a specific button combo. They patched it out, but they brought it back in.
Yikes, yikes, yikes.
Okay, let's see if I can do that again. Usually I run this level with the brute shot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Getting away! I can beat you eight with one hand tied behind my back.
Okay, so it's like I gotta aim, switch, and then
And does one of them have to be in your sights?
yeah, I have to have this be red. It's easiest with the rocket launcher.
Because it's such a wide thing.
Yeah.
The elites have failed to protect the prophets, and in so doing put all our lives at risk.
And yet there's still the honor guard elites that are fighting us. But that's why they're fighting each other too.
I've got a fix on truth just outside this tower. There's an exit nearby. Hurry.
There we
With
go.
my blessing, the brutes now lead our fleets. They ask for your allegiance, and you shall give it.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe the number of kill systems the Covenant are throwing down around me. Not to worry, it's pretty sloppy stuff. I guess they never expected a hostile intelligence to penetrate their network from the inside.
Too far.
Too far.
Darn, they killed your Jekyll. Pew, pew.
Well, I'll switch back to a brute shot when I can.
Alrighty then.
Speedrunners run macros to do it for them.
Macros? Hello. This music makes me feel like it's about to go into sail away,
Right.
sail away.
Where do I go exactly? I must have to climb up some wall. I came down this way, I think. Did I come out that way?
there's the Jekyll, so you just crossed over.
Okay.
So follow the pods, I guess. Those keep sounding like Star Trek sounds to me. Blop. By the way, Sutherland, I think it is pretty funny that you announce yourself every time you come in. I really enjoy it. It's like, that must have been Sutherland. Kablam. Okay, now it might work.
No, I came down this way, out here, and I went up. This right here. Oh my gosh.
No, that's the way you came. The second time
Yeah.
was the side with the Jekyll. I do. It's unique.
Or do I just go over there?
Excuse me and my jetpack are stuck in the ground.
Maybe I walk up this way and then go right instead of left. Nope. Oh my gosh, really?
I'm hearing reports of small arms fire throughout their fleet.
Creatures of the Covenant, the path is broad and we shall walk it side by side.
Thank you, Sutherland.
Space rupture.
It's so frustrating.
It was perfectly timed to that frustration. Smack. He took quite a few hits, I'm surprised.
Yeah. It's
What
like
are those
taunting.
cries?
I think they're birds.
On their ship?
Well, you see things flying around in Halo 3. I don't know where they are.
Also, how are there lily pads in here? This is moving water. Would you mind switching it back to the high res? I think I'm getting motion sickness.
I didn't realize I was in a bad graphics mode. Anyway, sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's just shows how good it was. Hi, Tinker. Jared says the lily pads are strapped to the ground? Question mark.
Counselors gather on Halo to see
They have to create oxygen somehow, so
Yeah.
they probably do grow.
there are those who said this day was what a day to spend now.
Jared says he also didn't know it was low res graphics. Personally, I haven't seen lily pad roots, but I know that they're thick, aren't they?
I think they're like really. I mean, they look like normal roots, but they're just in the water. They're like leaves. They go to the top of the water.
I have listened to the oracle. I can confirm in our deepest thought. The great journey begins with me.
Jared asks, are there any species in the Halo universe that doesn't need oxygen to breathe? Yes, it's the grunts. They
Yeah.
breathe methane.
Yeah.
That's why they've got the little masks on their faces. Get off me, brute! Yikes. How many brutes does it take to kill a grunt? More than you'd think.
Yeah. This is like brutal, this insurrection.
Yeah, walking through it is just like, oh my gracious. I was just thinking the same thing, Jared. He says, do grunts have cow farms?
Yeah.
It's like they stand right in front of the cow. Burp! Burp! Burp!
You are what you eat, and they fight like ass, so. Aww.
He was only playing dead.
Okay.
Strange. Can you imagine? They have this pod of cows, and then the grunts open a byway, come in. Fresh air.
I don't understand how methane can actually supply them with what they need, though.
Right.
The reason is like if you were to soak yourself in methane, you would die, obviously, because we need oxygen.
Right.
But I don't know what inside, like, because we can use the oxygen, but what do they use inside the methane that makes sense?
Mm-hmm. It's a chemical reaction that we have yet to understand.
What is methane?
I don't know.
MH4?
I believe so.
Well, what's M?
Let me look it up. Let's see. Pseudo says, I was walking around the local pond after it drained and I stepped on something leathery in the mud. I looked down and there was this huge tentacle. It had weird suction cup looking marks too. It was massive, milky, I think that was supposed to be a lily pad root. Jared suggests CH4.
If they catch Truth, we'll need to take a shortcut straight through the mausoleum. Look on the bright side. For now, they seem much more interested in killing each other.
Okay, so methane is indeed CH4.
CH4. Because M would be too convenient.
It is a group 14 hydride and the simplest alkane and is the main constituent of natural gas. It is soluble in water, methanol, ethanol, benzene, acetone, toluene, and dialthene ether. It's lighter than air as well, so
Oh, did I have to kill things in there?
Jared says he searched it up. Carbon could be used, and they could use the oxygen from water. I don't know. And Pseudo says humans run off of combustion. Maybe grunts do too.
Yeah, I guess that could be a thing.
Yeah, we are constantly burning things in our body, Jared.
Just have a
It's just not flammable. The way that we do it. It's almost comical. What's the grunt gonna hope to... not the grunt.
yeah.
Well, I guess if he pushes him off the edge, that's one way to do it. Poke, 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 poke.
I'm picking up 2 more transponders. It's the commander and Johnson. They're closing on Truth's position, Chief. They'll need your help.
Johnson! I can hear you laughing. Invisible man.
Come on.
I was gonna say cheater, but you're just using your resources.
I'm using the tools available.
This isn't good. I am getting confirmed reports of flood leading to Amberclad wreckage. Let's get the index and find a way out of here before things get really ugly.
Boy, that music was loud.
Split them up, one in each factory.
The hopes of all the Covenant rest on your shoulders, Chieftain.
My faith is strong. I will not fail.
Oops.
Let him be. The great journey waits for no one, brother.
Jeez. Nasty.
Yeah.
That seemed completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
He just... Does he want to be
The one.
like the one and only?
He wants.
Why
I don't know
does
his
he-
motivations really.
Yeah, and like, are the prophets a dying race? Are they the only ones left?
I don't know that either, but I have a vague memory that they might be only a few of them left, and they started this whole thing to gain power
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't have any.
Right.
But that could be totally wrong.
I have no idea. I mean, we haven't seen any ones other than the old ones, but it's like after they die, what's the plan? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sutherland. I didn't even hear that ghost breath. The music was so loud in my ears. Convenient weapon is convenient.
So beautiful.
Ooh, got that one going. It was like a shock down my legs. Wait, was that one on the ground talking? Nice. Pseudo says he thought there were a handful of them in the stands during one of the cutscenes. Oh yeah, that's right. At the very beginning, there was like a wing of them. Why do they have flags? It seems so odd to
I
me.
mean, to let them know, like.
I'm here,
Well,
hiding in the bushes.
They probably have clans.
Maybe? I think I've only ever seen red flags, though. And some of them don't have them at all. Maybe it's the equivalent of the different colored armor for the elites. It's so you can tell the difference.
Oh. I forget.
Imagine how exhausting it must be at the end of one of these levels. You're doing this motion every single time.
There's a break in between because we switch, right?
Sure.
Oh, these are. Oops.
Jump. Not for you. Huh. That made me happy. That there's an ally in this, you know?
There's a what?
An ally in
Yeah.
this. And that he recognized us as an arbiter, even in the middle of a...
Well, I mean, isn't it pretty easy with our armor?
Probably, but I don't know. I feel like with all that's going on and them running for their lives and everything, you know, I think that with all the adrenaline, it might have just been a, oh, you're another elite. Okay, I'm safe. But he, you know, he walked and it was like, oh, an arbiter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's, you know, it's something much more significant to them than it is to me. So, you have a point. Because if, like, someone from the British Guard walked in, it wouldn't be, oh, a human. It'd be, oh, hi.
I mean, he didn't say anything other than an arbiter.
He said something after that, but I
Yeah, well,
I
he didn't say
hear it.
anything other than an arbiter. He didn't say the arbiter or arbiter.
Uh-huh. An arbiter.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Lone Tinker says that the ones with the flags are the captains. And Lone Tinker also says that the armor is specific to the arbiter. Yes. Well, he succeeded.
Yep. Okay, let's do this one more time.
That was a good move. to the head.
The sounds they make is just something else.
How startling that must be. It's like the closest thing I can imagine, like some gibbering person that's out of their mind just coming at you, you know. Tag, you're it. No one wants to play. I guess that grunts with us.
Useless. Okay.
It was like a strut that was like, I'm just going to get my coffee.
Just getting my coffee. Oh. I never got this.
What?
I'm supposed to run past all these guys. And the reason you can tell is because it's like the music.
Mm-hmm.
It's the end.
It's the end of Chase.
Yeah, yep.
The big long drive.
But I used to spend. Oh no, maybe not. Because the music stopped.
That's because you hit a tree, and the music was like, you know what? Forget
I
it.
give up. If you're not gonna be cool, neither am I.
I wonder if you're going the wrong way? I don't know. Like, all the vehicles are facing towards us, so it's like, are we going the right way? But we
Pretty
are
sure.
going downriver, so I think so.
Yeah.
Everybody stop! I gotta kill a jackal. Dude, what are you doing? Trying to body check a ghost. I'll take it down with brute force.
Oh no. No.
Thanks, dude. Tank. You go beat it.
Or I let this stone protect me while I waste it.
Suda says, "Aw, you didn't do the jump off the giant spit at the end." Not sure what that means.
Oh, I think I'm supposed to jump off the
waterfall?
where the waterfall thing, where the jackal was.
Oh. Oh, giant split, probably.
I know I'm supposed to walk around, but I don't wanna. I wonder if it would work. Nope.
Almost. If only you could use your arms. Grabbing ledges.
Right. This also took me a very long time to figure out the first time I played. Which is probably why it gave me such a bad taste in my mouth. Oh no. Oh, no.
Elite dad jokes. It's interesting the different colors of their blood. That each race has a unique one. Man. Incoming. I can sure take a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Hello.
Yes.
Get in, we're going shopping.
Oh gosh.
Nice. Entourage! Entourage!
Arbiter, the councillors, are they murdered by the brutes? Violence, beasts. The prophets were fools to trust them.
They didn't bend their knees or anything. Well, alrighty. Water break. I wonder if you showed this kind of footage to somebody 50 years ago, what they would think. You know, if they would think if it was even computer generated or if it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Where's he going?
To finish what we started. And this time, none of you will be left behind.
That structure in the center of the city, it's a Forerunner ship. And Truth is heading straight for it. If he leads the Covenant fleet to Earth, they won't stand a chance. You have to stop him.
That brute has the index. And Miranda and Johnson. He can activate the ring.
If he does, I'll detonate in Emberclad's reactor just like we did the Autumn's. The blast will destroy this city and the ring. Not a very original plan, but we know it'll work. No, I don't want to chance a remote detonation. I need to stay here.
Pretty suspicion, I think, but maybe just something in my eye.
She wants to stay in
She
the ship.
wants to stay.
Yep.
It's like, hey, Gravemind's got a lot of knowledge. There are things here to learn, but I'm not going to tell you that's why I want to stay.
Are touching down all over the city. That creature
Oh,
in
yeah.
the library, that grave line, used us. He was just a diversion. Emberclad was always a disconnected vector. There's a conduit connecting this tower to the ship. Head back inside. I'll lead you to it.
K9 says, did they have CGI 50 years ago? I'm older than I think I am. I think 80 years ago would be more what I'm shooting for.
I think they had CGI in the 70s.
Like original Tron stuff. So,
They didn't have anything incredible, that's for sure.
yeah. It's strange that they have like these plasma guns and stuff like that, yet the brutes still use just leather straps on their feet.
That'll slow them down. I hope.
I didn't notice it until that one was face down on the ground, but it's like, huh.
Yeah, they have very basic clothing, armor.
Yeah, they're brutes.
Yeah.
Shall we let the flood consume our holy city?
No.
My charity to another of their wretched hives. No enemy has ever withstood our might.
Yeah.
The flood too shall fail.
I'll do what I can to slow the launch sequence. There's something inside the ship, a presence, fighting back. Where a covenant construct is unbelievably formidable.
It's weird though. After the outbreak on the first ring, you'd think that they'd be better at trying to keep it contained. But this was an active
everybody
infection,
died.
wasn't it? Like before they got here, it was already out. Because Gravemind.
Yeah.
Lone Tinker said CGI first used in 1973 Westworld. And Pseudo says, just makes me think of Money for Nothing.
Money for nothing?
It's a movie, I think? I've never heard of it, though.
No, neither have I.
Let me look it up.
I mean, my first experience with CGI was Tron.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
That looks like nightmare fuel.
Parasite did not defeat the Forerunner, and it shall not defeat us.
But it did defeat the Forerunners.
I mean, it technically didn't, right?
Instantaneous, while we shall suffer the progress of infinitude.
I was wondering if that was a,
Cue the... "Ah, you scared Gridman's talking.
Systems in this part of the tower are particularly robust.
Whosoever is gripped by fear, take heed. I am not afraid.
Yeah, but sure you.
but you're slimy.
We exist together now. Two corpses.
Apparently these are the Prophet Hierarch's private quarters, their inner sanctum.
What does inner sanctum mean?
It's like the Holy of Holies sort of thing. Only certain people are permitted.
This crisis will not be the end of us. It is but one last hurdle before the journey and salvation.
Pseudo says, I always disliked the feel of the flood levels. They did a good job of making them unpleasant.
Yeah, I agree.
creepy, and then the sound effects and the visuals, they're just ugh.
Brood and elite ships are engaging one another all around High Charity. I'm running out of options, Chief. I can't stall the launch sequence much longer. The next lift will take you up to the conduit. Hurry!
Just turning any environment into a flood one just makes it really creepy.
Mm-hmm.
You feel almost safe otherwise.
Yeah,
And I think that's the downfall of the new games. You feel safe.
because there's nothing. I mean, you got all these. It's not Promethean, but
Repurposing Forerunner
is it
technology.
Forerunner?
Amazing. They've been using the Forerunner ship's engines as an energy source for the city. The ship isn't so much launching as it is disengaging, uncoupling itself from High Charity's power grid. Stopping truth, that's all that matters.
Now,
Now,
No! Stop him! No! Torpedo Chief.
such a slick shot.
Chief, you get to Earth. Good luck.
After I'm through with truth.
Now make a girl a promise. If you know you can't keep it.
So good.
Mm.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. And then in the later games, you know, he's so adamant that they don't get separated again.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get that scrambled sometimes where it's like, why isn't he like, no, I can't leave? Because in the first game, they were like, you can't leave a construct and anywhere. It has to be with you at all times. And it's like, they don't really care in this one. And, well, even in the first one, he left her
It's
there.
all about saving the human race.
Yeah.
What is that place? Where the counselors were meant to watch the consecration of the icon. The start of the great journey.
There is still time to stop the key from turning.
I must get inside. Then mount up, Arbiter. I know a way to break those doors.
A9 says, man, I'll never forget the first time seeing the flood in CE. That was so creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Pseudo says, yeah, unexpected the first time.
I think I've shared my experience with that, but I played it at like midnight, and I was like 11, and I was just terrified.
If you weren't scared of spiders before then, sure were after.
I don't know if I was ever scared of the spiders.
If I see a spider outside, I'm okay. If it is in my home, it is a threat.
If it's an ever camel spider, I
Nope.
might die. Is there like die of camel spider insurance?
Not in America.
I think they should, you know?
Just they
Just
make
in
good money. The autopsy showed death by camel spider. Did it bite him? No, he saw one.
Counts.
Nice trick, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, do we get to control the? Ah, that's
Nope.
upsetting. That would have been cool. You're getting beat up. His matted fur blends in with the grass, so wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that was a hard part because like this all looks very brute, the whole thing, you know. And it looks like sand too.
It does.
Now it's dirt. That's weird.
Oh, friends.
They will fight by our
Oh, that's wonderful news. They're a lot less threatening, but they look much taller when they're good guys.
And they're happy to see you.
They're all perked up. Look, you get hunters, and they're happy to see you. A9 says, I love this part. Fighting with hunters is so much fun.
Yeah.
Fighting alongside hunters. Man, that must suck. Having needler bullets through your thigh. Suda says, I still flinch a little every time I hear their cannons. Thinking they're shooting at you?
Yeah, it's a thud in this game. I wonder if they, to make the game small enough on Xbox, they compressed audio in a way that made it so like the music was like all high pitched or all in a certain range.
Could be. Hello. Bug grenade. Knowing that it's going to be on your side, seeing it behind there is like, hey.
It's always nice to let them out. Makes you feel nice and good.
Come on out, guys. It's like a rally of the forces, you know? Movie time.
Movie time. Friday night.
The only one I would trust with this information is probably dead right now. He was commander of the fleet that brought me to this system. Fel Vadimi was his name. But after hearing you tell of the destruction of the ring, I cannot believe that he still lives. His orders were to secure the ring, to prepare it for the arrival of the hierarchs. Vadimi never fails in his duties. If the ring is no more, then Vadimi must be dead.
Duty can indeed be a dangerous virtue. But even if he did live, wouldn't this sense of duty make him quite unlikely to set aside his allegiance to the prophets?
Perhaps not. And he would never betray our people. No, if we were able to just speak to him, explain everything you have told me. But no, these are futile hopes. If he did live, and if he was returned to the High Prophets, they would most certainly punish him for the destruction of the ring. In fact, he would be the exact kind of leader the hierarchs would make arbiter. They would would need someone to blame for the loss of the ring. His influence within the fleet grew with every one of his victories over the humans.
And if he did become arbiter?
Then he would be lost to our cause. Without the knowledge you've shared with me, he would obey the prophets without question. I doubt he would even respond to his former name. I don't know what it would take to overcome, but as you say, we don't have time to ask such questions, and Vadami is almost certainly dead.
If all your hopes rest on him, then I fear for the future of this galaxy.
As do I, Oracle. As do I. But I will begin our fight. Make others aware of the lies the prophets whisper in our ears. And soon, we will find more who will take up our cause.
So is Vadami the arbiter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. That doesn't make sense. Because you would think that he would have tried to talk to him in the game.
Right.
But
Unless he didn't recognize us. I guess.
Yeah. We didn't answer to our old name.
He didn't call it either.
Heads up, Marine!
I don't know. How different would it have been if they identified each other?
Yeah.
Listen, you don't like me and I sure as hell don't like you. If we don't do something, Mr. Mohawk's gonna activate this ring. We're all gonna die.
Tartarus has locked himself inside the control room.
Well, I just happen to have a key. Come on, grab a banshee and give me some cover. Gonna know what's coming.
Woo! Best team!
Yeah, he's a good guy.
What banshee? There we go. Delivery service.
Take my banshee armature.
It's a good thing these things can maneuver so well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait. So I can see the reflection in the old game,
Uh-huh.
but the new one you can't really.
But it also looks like it's further away in the new one. So it wouldn't really show a reflection from that far away.
But I like the reflection.
It is very pretty. But they accounted for different things. E9 asks, were those terminals done by 343 or Bungie? Because if it was written after the game came out, that might explain why it's never brought up in-game. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I think it came out with the remasters, but I'm not sure if it was in the first Halo, and I'm not sure if I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if 343 remastered the first Halo or not. Who is shooting me?
That guy. Pseudo confirms they were added in the remaster.
The remaster, okay. I would assume that Bungie wouldn't have remastered any of them.
Shadow. checkpoint.
I killed you by now. Come on.
His toes are like, nope. You're sure gonna die though.
Right.
Jeez. It's all crooked and missing a wing and it still flies. We good, we good.
Clear up the door. Hey, bastard. Knock, knock.
Nice.
So I used to have this timed on the old one, where, because he shoots it 3 times. No? One more time.
Yeah.
I had it like timed almost perfectly where I could jump in here with my Banshee
Nice.
as it was blowing up.
So is this before the ship took off or is this a different ship?
This is the same time.
Okay.
Because they both got thrown out at the same time.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it straight that it's the same ship that Chief jumps on before it goes.
This one?
Yeah.
No. This is where they fire the ring.
Oh, okay.
Come, human. It is easy. Take the icon in your hands. And do as you are told.
Please use caution. This reclaimer is delicate.
One more word, Oracle, and I'll rip your eye from its socket. Which is nothing compared to what I'll do to you. Tartarus, stop. Impossible. Put down the icon. Put it down. And disobey the Hierarchs? There are things about Halo even the Hierarchs do not understand. Take care, Arbiter. What you say is heresy. Is it? Oracle, what is Halo's purpose?
Collectively, the seven.
Not another word.
Please. Don't shake the light bulb. You want to keep your brain inside your head, I tell those boys to chill. Go ahead. Do your thing.
The sacred rings, what are they?
Weapons of last resort, built by the Forerunners to eliminate potential bloodlusts, thereby rendering the parasite harmless.
And those who made the rings? What happened to the Forerunners?
After exhausting every other strategic option, my creators activated the rings. They and all additional sentient life in 3 radii of the galactic center died as planned. Would you like to see the relevant data?
Tartarus,
He's like,
the prophets have betrayed us.
are you a fan? Can I show you my work? Oh.
The great journey has begun, and the brutes, not the elite, shall be the prophet's escort.
Oh.
Whoops.
Glowy brute. Jeez. Careful.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to shoot him 3 times instead of just twice.
Is that like an impenetrable shield?
Yeah. And he has to shoot him 3 times for it to make any impact.
There we go.
It's actually a really good boss mechanic.
Say what?
It's a good boss mechanic.
I'm just realizing that there's a conversation going on in the background about how to turn it off. Whee!
Oh, I didn't know you could go up there.
So who is shooting Tartarus?
Johnson.
Okay.
Oh, and there's more ammo up here.
Nice.
Let's see.
I wonder if you can get a sticky grenade on him with enough time for it to blow up. Goodbye! He might be stuck.
I don't think so. Maybe.
I didn't see him come up. And I keep hearing it trying to send something up, but it's not. Pseudo says he usually stays on one of the spiny bits and snipes him. Spinny bits? Yeah, spinny bits.
There it is.
It's different having a boss fight where you don't know how much health he's got.
Yeah. Come on, take him out.
Whoa. Nice.
That was lucky. For sure.
Very satisfying, though.
Yeah. Oh, even on easy it was hard.
Thank goodness it's not a kill key, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's in now. Too bad.
Such a big reveal right here.
What's it doing?
Communicating at superluminal speeds with the frequency of
Communicating with what?
the other installations.
Show me.
Fail-safe protocol. In the event of unexpected shutdown, the entire system will move to standby status. All remaining platforms are now ready for remote activation.
Remote activation? From here?
Don't be ridiculous.
Listen, Tinkerbell, don't make
Then where would someone go to activate the other rings?
Why the Ark? Of course.
Where, Oracle, is that?
So cool. Just everyone coming together.
Yeah. I love how they wait to roll the credits too after he says it.
Isolate that signal. Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Is that where 3 starts?
Yeah.
That must have been... Oh, playing through that the first time, that must have been like, what?
Yeah.
Silence fills the empty grave now that I have gone. But my mind is not at rest, for questions linger on.
Oh gosh, it's so creepy.
Ask and you will answer.
All right. Shoot.
So good.
Yeah. You know, I don't remember the legendary ending to this game.
No?
No. Oh man. Good. Very happy with that game.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thanks for joining everybody
Mm-hmm.
on this Friday night.
What better way to do
See
it
one of
than
the
with
best
friends?
stories in video game history.
Pseudo says, so you're playing 3 tonight, right?
Do we have to stop the stream?
No.
Okay, let's see. It's only 9.
Okay.
Let's do a couple levels. Let's do a couple levels. Gotta watch WandaVision tonight, everybody. This stuff is important. Okay.
We put it off for 2 weeks before. It's fine.
I don't want to do that again. I enjoy watching things that I enjoy when it comes out.
All right. Well, let's finish this fight, sir.
So I beat Halo 3 ODST on Monday. It was kind of a slog, but it's basically a prequel to Halo 3. Where we find out what the Covenant are looking for.
And what are they looking for?
What we find out in the beginning of this, or in this game.
Okay.
So that game.
So
was
it's
about-
redundant.
That game was to say we have information that'll tell you what happens before the beginning of Halo 3. And I think it came after Halo 3. So, I don't know.
Interesting. Pseudo's excited. He goes, woo! Ugh, what old graphics.
It was so jarring.
They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I want.
Lucky gal.
I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader. But you had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? Luck.
Maybe this wasn't right after. Because if Johnson finds him, it can't be the case, right?
Say again?
So Johnson, if he's the one who finds Chief right here, how did he get back from the ring? So he can't be immediately after, but soon after.
Right.
This ain't good. Damn. How far did he fall?
2 kilometers. Easy. Stay sharp.
Give him time. He'll be good.
Norman?
His armor's locked up. Gel layer could have taken most of the impact. I don't know, Sergeant Major.
We got one thick neck. You see that?
Radio for VTOL. Heavy lift gear. We're not leaving him here.
But that doesn't have Cortana on it,
You're not.
right?
Oh, crazy fool.
Say that again?
Why do you always jump?
Hang on.
One of these days, you're gonna land on something as stubborn as you are. And I don't do bits and pieces. Where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana?
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
She stayed behind.
Corporal, make it quick.
Sorry, sir. Your armor's still in partial lockdown. Look up here, sir. Okay?
Look at the pretty lights. Look at the pretty lights.
Everything checks out, Sergeant Major.
Kick off the training wheels, Corporal. He's good to go.
Jared says, being squished and compressed doesn't hurt. Hello.
Pete, wait! Arbiter's with us. Come on now. Got enough to worry about without you two trying to kill each other.
Were it so easy. We must go. Roots have oversight.
And they must love the smell of green.
Looked like he was about to give him a bro hug after he was like, he's with us. Okay, cool. A9 asks, does it take time when traveling through hyperspace, or whatever they call the FTL in this? So is it possible that Johnson could have gotten back first?
First squad, you're my scouts.
Hmm.
Move out. Quiet as you can.
Maybe. It just seems a little. I don't know. Maybe. Because Chief left. It seemed. Let's say it was at the same time, right? When they both went to these places at the same time.
So he wouldn't have been. He could have been like a
Well-
couple hours behind, and if Chief jumped off the ship for some reason that we don't know.
Well, let's just say he did, right? That's what we kind of can assume, right? So there's a split between the Arbiter. Like, he got to that spot and then Chief started his run. So maybe they finished doing the Halo stuff. No? Because Chief would have seen that and they probably would have called it out.
Right.
On High
So
Charity.
he left before that.
Yeah, he definitely left before that.
But like I said, it could have been a couple of hours past because falling from that height and having everything seized up, I'm guessing he could have been paralyzed for a couple of hours.
Or a couple of days.
True.
Okay. Because he fell at night and then it was now daytime.
A9 says, like, the time between Reach and CE is something like 20 days.
Is it? I thought it was immediate.
Because CE starts at the end of Reach when they jump.
Uh-huh.
And Suda says, I figure he spent a day or two in that crater too, and it was night when he fell, like you
Yeah.
pointed out.
Wait.
Single boot plus backup.
What the? That looked like a flood to me. Like he threw a flood and the flood did the shield. Are you not a boxer?
Nope.
There we go.
There we go. It's how I have fun.
Mm-hmm. And they actually fitted the brutes with actual armor this time.
Right, I think.
That sure doesn't look like a brute from the last one, though.
No.
They lost weight in bones.
They look even weirder in Halo Infinite.
Yeah?
Craig, if you look at him.
Craig? Like Kreg?
I'm not sure how they spell it. It's the name they gave the brute that they hit and didn't have any facial animations and was like slightly smiling.
This guy?
Yeah, that guy. He looks like an ape more than a brute.
Yeah. They have a PS5 rendition and it's Thanos, and then Xbox and it's Craig. They memeified him. Yeah, it's like they start off with a bunch of hair and then they just lose the hair as the games go on.
Yep.
They're evolving.
What are you doing?
What are you doing on my ring?
So bad.
I thought that was a stationary shield. So the Jekyll moving, it was like, what? By the way, guys, I did end up buying a Chaotica eyeball, but it is currently on the ground in Canada because there's a blizzard and the
I thought it was
planes
in
can't fly.
Alabama.
I
Did you read it wrong and it was
No.
Alberta?
No. I guess I didn't. I thought that it was Alabama, and then I called them, and they said it was in Canada.
Oh.
So. But anyway, with that,
So
we
much
shouldn't have so much reverb when we play together.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them what happened this week?
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Okay.
So I applied for a job in November. A bunch of jobs.
Rats! Rats!
What?
On the ground, there's rats!
Oh, yeah. Applied for a job in November. They got back to me about a month ago. I interviewed a couple times. And they went well, except I was late for the second interview. They said not to worry about it, and they offered me a job. Yeah, I could watch you die. They offered me a job, so it was obviously not an issue. Still one of those embarrassing things, you know, it's like, whoops.
Yeah.
Anyway, I am definitely feeling nervous, as most people would. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice pay bump. So I'm happy about that, but it's like at the same time, it's like I'd be out without insurance for 60 days without doing finagling with stuff. Like there's a Cobra program. I think Vivint Solar might cover me for for 30 days, but I'm not sure.
But it's also really awesome because for the last month or two, he's been like, I hate my job.
I like the people I work with, but I was like just feeling that stress. Like, I don't know. It was an uneasiness. There's a lot to unpack there if I'm going to explain all that feeling. But
Yeah, but you don't have to do that, but
yeah.
Unless you want to. I mean,
No.
We're all friends here.
Yeah, we are. It's just, it took me months to figure it out. And I'm like, then I talked it through with Mike and like why I left. And my manager, I talked. Anyway, I talked to my manager about why I left or why I was planning on leaving and if I wanted a counter offer. And it kind of came down to like I lost the sense of community at work because there was layoffs like there were at a lot of places. And I guess it just killed it for me.
Yeah, and since the buyout as well.
Yeah, then they got bought.
And that brought in kind of some more nervousness, but then it felt like your job was on the line sort of thing. And
yeah, I didn't know. So I'm switching to a really small company. When I started it, at my current role, there was like 1,500 employees, and now there's like 5,000. And now I'm starting at this other company, and there's 23 employees, I think. So it is a tiny company.
I hope that it'll bring a good tight-knit group, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Would you like me to read what chat said?
Yeah.
Jared said, I try and usually be early to online meetings and stuff. And then Olo says, congratulations. Sudo says, congrats. Olo says, it's always natural to be nervous when moving to another job. A9 says, congrats. Olo says, I get it. You enjoy the people, but not the company/environment.
Yeah.
And then
I really
Jared and
believe in
Monty
what they do, though.
congratulate you.
It's I don't know. I believe in what they do. At least I believe in the green energy movement, right? I always felt like I was a part of that. And then they killed the app that I was working on, the sales app. And they're like, we're going to go with something else. So I felt like I was always in maintenance mode for something. Then we're like, okay, we're going to build a customer app. But then, but there was no official, go ahead from up top, so it never felt the same way when we were like the rock star team going to the back burner team.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of uneasiness for me.
See how they bait their trap? I will help you spread it.
I'll just yell. For a while there, it felt like they were switching between, just stay on the back burner, we don't really need you right now, and then suddenly, we need you, and then, throttling you back, and that's just how it felt for a little while. Sudo says, my last job killed the community too. It's not a good feeling. Hope the next one is better.
Yeah. I don't think you can get much smaller, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have I'll be the only iOS developer here. There's going to be another iOS developer in India. So it'll be a very interesting role to be the only one in the US.
And where the company originates. That's a big weapon.
Come on, come on.
Ooh.
Kill the arbiter.
Good thing he's invincible, right? Oh, that's what it is. That explains it. It's gravity hammer. Popcorn popping on the apricot tree. How long of a wait was it between Halo 2 and 3?
I think 2 years.
Must have felt like forever.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. I would replay it like hoping there'd be more.
Mm.
I knew it's like totally irrational, but that's what I would do.
This isn't as fun as it looks. Cut the powers. We're even, long as we're only counting today. Kilo 2-3, what's your ETA?
Imminent, Sergeant. Find some cover. Got a clear path.
Roger that, Hocus. Friendly gunship coming in hot.
Hocus?
Yeah.
And its weapons are called Pocus?
I hope not.
Suda says, it felt a lot longer than 2 years. Are you sure? I'll look up the release dates.
Yeah, I gotta look it up. I know it came out in 2007. I'm just not sure when.
Okay. Halo ECE was November 15th, 2001.
Yep.
Halo 2 was November 9th, 2004. And Halo 3 was September
3 years.
25th, 2007. So,
3 years.
3 years.
So yes, it did feel longer and it was longer.
There's a part of the music in the background that makes it sound like someone's going.
They're like, good job.
Shotgun. I love how it's not just bland stuff. But,
Yeah.
you know, they say things that surprise me like so often.
They do a really good job about making it feel alive with the Marines.
Contact is Pelican dropship, Kilo 2-3, over.
Roger that. What's the word, Kilo 2-3?
Sierra 117 on board. Request priority clearance. Over.
Next order. Come on down.
Nice details on the hull there.
Mm-hmm.
Having all the stickers and stuff. The warning symbols.
Sorry for the tight squeeze. Tell the commander her ace is in the hole.
It's an ace hole.
Hmm.
Check it out. No way. A Spartan?
For real, you better not be.
Oh man, he's here.
Where did you find him?
Napping. Out back.
I'll bet. It's good to see you, Chief.
Likewise, man.
Let's get you up to speed.
She looks so different.
She looks like she's 20 versus like 50.
Prophet of Truth's ships breached the lunar perimeter, smashed what was left of the home fleet. Terrestrial casualties from the subsequent bombardment were extreme. Truth could have landed anywhere, but he committed all his forces here, East Africa, the ruins of New Mombasa. Then they started digging.
What about Halo?
We stopped it, but only temporarily. Now the Prophet of Truth is looking for something called the Ark, where he'll be able to fire all the Halo rings. If he succeeds, humanity, the Covenant, every sentient being in the galaxy
Hood?
Patch him through.
Good news, Commander Keyes?
Good as it gets, sir.
So I see. What's your status, son?
Green, sir.
Glad to hear it. Commander's come up with a good plan, but without you, I wasn't sure we could pull it off.
Truth's ships are clustered above the excavation site, and his infantry has deployed anti-aircraft batteries around the perimeter. But if we neutralize one of the batteries, punch a hole in Truth's defenses...
I'll initiate a low-level strike. Hit him right where it hurts. I only have a handful of ships, Master Chief. It's a big risk, but I'm confident.
Hell, not again.
Emergency generators, now!
Shielding failed. They're down and charging.
As soon as they're up, re-establish contact with Lord Hood. Let him know...
All of you vermin, cowering in the dirt, thinking, what, I wonder, that you might escape the coming fire? No. Your world will burn until its surface is but glass, and not even your demon will live to creep, blackened from its hole to mar the reflection of our passage. The culmination of our journey, for your destruction, is the will of the gods. And I am their instrument.
Cocky bastard just loves to run his mouth.
Does he usually mention me?
Give the order, we're closing shop.
Ma'am?
We're about to get hit.
All personnel.
The wounded.
Space code Alpha
We're
1,
getting all of them
prepare
out.
for immediate evacuation.
I'll have to carry him myself.
Good thing he's a smart soldier, too.
Where should they go?
To war.
To war.
Have you played this before?
Never.
Never!
Motion trackers? Any of our birds squawking?
Overwatch's contacts. Come on, sir. I'll show you the way. Base was built for some 20th century.
Proceeds to go the other way.
Store controls.
The pseudo goes, so helpful. Where are we taking them? To war. Okay, so is that like 2 clicks to the north? Or, you know?
One guy in the hangar's real short-handed, Chief.
Chief? Good. This channel is secure. My fire teams are spread thin. We can't hold out forever. I need that hangar cleared for evac ASAP.
Does she actually mean secure? Or just that it's working?
Yes. So when they talk to him, and he like doesn't answer, it's because he's hitting a button somewhere in his suit that sends a green light that it's confirmed.
Oh, okay. He has to manually hit it, or is it like a neural connection?
I don't know, but it happens.
So they are aware. That
So
helps. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like, what? How do they know?
Usually Cortana tells us. Or tells them that we're there.
Yeah.
Wipe those bastards off the deck!
Oh? Ew.
All right, I'm glad to see you, Chief. That's how we do it in the Marine Corps.
Well, I'm sure they weren't expecting that.
You're in my sights, idiot.
I was here first, moron.
I definitely played this game way more. I liked it because you were the chief the entire time.
Graceful ending.
Chief, op center, double time. The brutes are pressing hard.
So I was just thinking as you were sitting at the turret there, how interesting the armor is, because that whole gel layer thing and protecting you from dying when you fell, you didn't have to go and get new armor. Like, it's a reusable safety precaution. Whereas, like, an airbag deployment, you can't just stuff the airbag back in, you know.
Can you not?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't really know either way, but
I think once
sounds about right, because you wouldn't want to like reuse it. What if it got torn when you folded it back in?
And then, like, safety ladders and stuff like that, they say that you should only use them once. Like,
Well, that makes sense because they could burn and stuff. You can actually hear the bugs in the tubes.
bugs in the tubes?
Oops, wrong way. I do this every time. It's the reason I go the wrong way every time is because I have done
because
it.
you do it every time.
Every time. And I always have to remind myself, oh yeah, this is made by right-handed people.
Barracks are under attack. All available combat teams respond. Anyone in the barracks, I need a sit rep now.
Suda says, I think some airbags have an explosive charge to make the gas, right?
Look! Coming out of the vents! Line them up! Line them up!
That's really cool.
Drones! The whole swarm! Take them down! Short control first! Space bugs!
I didn't know that was going to happen, so you saying you can hear the bugs in the pipe, I'm like, what? Why are there bugs in the pipe? It's really cool how they stick to the wall like that. It just they took a lot of time with these games, and it really shows.
They didn't spend enough time fighting them because it's annoying.
Yeah. Lone Tinker says the only airbags he knows that can be reused are inflated by air.
Johnson, as soon as the evacuation is complete, start the timer.
Understood.
Good luck, everyone. See you on the last Pelican out.
Follow me, Chief.
A bomb! No!
Brutes have taken the barracks. Marines are trapped inside. Those ain't much for mercy. We both know what they do to prisoners.
He called them apes too.
Yeah.
Get to the barracks. Save those men.
So it must have been intentional.
Yeah. Don't look behind you, just talk about it. Suda says in cycling you replace your helmet after a crash too. Same thing with car seats. If the car has been in a crash, you're supposed to replace the car seats.
Interesting.
Like for children. Just to
Right,
clarify.
Yeah. All the seats.
All the seats out of the car. And the things you learn when you have kids. I like read the manuals. It's like, oh, I didn't know that.
voice turns on. Oh my gosh.
At least it wasn't as long a hallway this time.
Yeah.
Yep, you know this game. So this is a memory of when she first met us?
No, I think she's communicating with us somehow. I don't know how that actually happens lore-wise, but it happens.
We have a special connection, and she's been in our head for so long. Jared says, I wish the drones picked you up and dropped you off ledges.
That would make them terrifying.
Yeah. As soon as the guy's dropped, he just starts walking off as if nothing happened. Lone Tinker says, technically, you should replace the seatbelts if your car was in a crash. Makes sense, I guess, because the mechanism
you could bend stuff, yeah. I wonder how often that actually happens.
Pseudo says he literally weighs a ton. It's true. I don't think one of the bugs could pick us up if they tried.
It'd still be cool if they could maybe drag you.
Yeah. Jared says you should replace your car if you get into a bad car crash.
Right, but like I've seen some pretty gnarly cars in the body shop that we had to get our car fixed in last year.
Yeah.
I saw a Model 3 Tesla, if anybody doesn't know. Just like it looked like a smart car had had parked itself inside of the Model 3, and it was there
to get fixed.
Maybe get fixed, and maybe it was being like decided, but it looked total to me. And I asked them, and they said nobody got injured in the Model 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Like the back seats were moved in. That's how bad it was. Oops.
Well, just you and me, Herbert.
Nope. Where is he? Come on.
Ma'am, I've got movement above envelope. They've got jump heads.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he always makes himself invisible and just shows up.
Convenient. That's clever, though.
Yeah, it's a clever trick for sure. I can't remember in multiplayer if you can turn invisible as Arbiter.
Right. Lone Tinker says if the airbags deploy on the car, it is considered totaled.
Okay.
And then Jared asks, does a Tesla crumple well, or are they very solid?
They crumple really well. I don't know about the Cybertruck.
But they are extremely good at keeping their people safe.
Yeah. I learned from Elon that the star ratings, like the Model 3 gets really high. Well, all Teslas get very high star ratings as far as like crash tests go, but it's only relative to size classes. So if you get hit by a truck, you're toast. So like it can be really safe, a really safe car in its size class.
Right.
But if you're like,
if a
little smart car, let's say a smart car has a 5-star rating, which it doesn't, but let's say it did.
Right.
If it goes up against a Cybertruck,
it's toast.
It's a can, right? It's a death can. Go down, right?
I don't know. Jared says, I mean, if you get hit by a truck, I think it would hurt anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And A9 says, a lot of the time when a totaled car is in the shop, it's for insurance claims, not for fixing. Yeah.
Where the fuck do I go?
Sounds like up. I hear bugs shrieking.
No, that was a truck running.
What?
Yeah. So I came in here.
That.
There we go. It's up here. Pretty sure.
Follow the green.
Watch me just be going back the wrong way.
Yeah. Maybe.
Nope.
Cloaking. Whee! I forget very frequently that you can go through glass.
Yeah.
Drone, go. I'll cover you.
Well, we came this way, right?
I don't recall going by broken vehicles.
Well, this is the right way.
This is the correct way. This is the way. Real Engineering did a great video on car safety tests and why it is bad. Car safety testing and why it is bad.
We will be the protectors of Earth and all her colonies. Chief, get back to the ops center. Kill those brutes. Rearm the bomb. I've got to get these men out of here.
What was that comment again?
Real Engineering did a great video on car safety testing and why it is bad.
Why it's bad to do the testing, or?
That's what it sounds like he's saying.
Probably just bad testing, or why it's inaccurate. I guess.
Perhaps they manipulate the tests to make them seem safer than they actually are.
Well, inside classes, that is exactly the case.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if it's malicious intent. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, and then people are more confident in
The safety
of their
because
car.
I sure was until I found that out a couple days ago. You know.
Yeah.
Except the fact that people survive in Teslas.
They haven't changed how cars are tested in over 50 years. Yeah, that's a problem.
I mean, it could be a problem. But, I mean, cars are way different.
Mm-hmm. You gotta adapt it to the times. It's like the school system in America. It's like we're not trying to make assembly line workers anymore, but we still do school as if we are. You sit down, you shut up, you do your work, and then you go home! And you do more work at home!
I'm supposed to go in here.
My dyslexia in my head changed that to another thing that's also true. You sit up, shut down, do your work, and go home. So bright. Huh. Riddled full of needles. They practice voodoo.
That did it, Chief. Bomb's armed.
You got your exit. A service elevator in the hangar. Head downstairs, cut through the caves.
What's behind here? No, the terminal.
Storage area.
great deal of hardship on the road ahead.
My thought is the reason she was making these quotes the whole time is to protect herself from Gravemind. Because he's trying to.
I can't run when I'm scared. Oh, oh,
Cry me
shoot.
a river. See, and then I go right once I've learned. Now it's left.
You will become the best we can make you.
Cha-chunk.
This place will become your home.
Loud. Pseudo says, I figured this is Chief's guilt. I like leaving her behind.
This place will become your tomb.
I could see that. But then Gravemind shows up later, starts talking to us. So I'm not entirely sure what that means either. It could be his grief as well, his guilt.
Could be. It also could be Cortana reaching out to him somehow, and then Gravemind figuring out what she's doing and utilizing it.
Because later it just changes a little bit once he gets closer to her.
Chief, please respond. What is your status? Over. If you can hear me, find transport. Head to the town.
I'm starting to get pretty tired, by the way.
Okay. We can stop here then.
Okay. I'm glad we kept going, though.
Yeah. Worth it to find out what happened, right?
Yeah.
I know what happened, but it's just...
It's still the same.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got Rorthik. Here you go. Thanks, guys.
Have a good Friday.
Yeah.
And a good weekend.
For sure. Oh, and thank you, Jared. All your bits from the 2 weeks. Thank you. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.